You won't believe this, but as a metal detector enthusiast, I decided to explore this old Texas ranch that's been sitting abandoned for decades, tucked away in the dusty plains near the Panhandle. The place had an air of forgotten secrets, with crumbling barns and overgrown fields whispering tales of bygone eras. I'd heard rumors of hidden treasures buried under the sun-baked soil, relics from pioneers who once tamed this wild land. Sweeping my detector over the ground, the first beep sent a thrill through me. What could be lurking beneath, untouched for generations? It was like stepping into a time capsule, and I couldn't wait to uncover what the Earth had guarded so jealously. The mystery pulled me in deeper, each step promising something unbelievable. My detector buzzed excitedly near an ancient oak tree, its roots twisting like old fingers into the dirt. Digging carefully, I unearthed a silver pocket watch, engraved with intricate designs from the late 1800s. This wasn't just any timepiece. It harked back to the cattle drive era, when cowboys relied on such watches to time their long hauls across the frontier. Historically, these were symbols of status among ranch hands, often passed down through families during the Texas cattle boom that shaped the American West. Valued at thousands today by collectors, it gleamed like a piece of living history, reminding me how time had stood still here. Further along a weathered fence line, another signal led me to a cluster of old coins, Spanish reales from the 1700s, scattered as if dropped in haste. These pieces of 8 were the currency of early explorers and settlers in Texas, traded during the colonial period when Spain claimed vast territories. Their historical significance lies in the economic exchanges that fueled missions and forts, paving the way for Texas independence. Each coin, pitted with age, could fetch a fortune at auction, but their true worth was in connecting me to the adventurers who roamed these lands centuries ago. As I ventured toward the remnants of an old well, my device went wild, revealing a delicate gold locket buried shallowly in the red clay. Opening it revealed faded daguerreotype photos of a family, likely from the post-Civil War Reconstruction era in Texas. Such lockets were cherished keepsakes during times of hardship, symbolizing love and loss amid the state's turbulent growth into a cotton and oil powerhouse. Museums prized them for insights into everyday life, and this one's intricate filigree work suggested it belonged to someone of means, now a priceless window into personal histories long silenced. Pushing through thorny brush to a forgotten corral, I hit on something larger, a brass surveyor's compass, complete with its original leather case. Dating to the Texas land rush of the 1830s, these tools were essential for mapping out vast ranches during the Republic of Texas era, when boundaries were drawn amid conflicts with Mexico. Its historical value shines in how it represents the surveying feats that divided the wilderness into productive lands, influencing modern property lines. Collectors would pay top dollar for such an intact piece, evoking the spirit of those early mappers who braved the unknown. Near a dried-up creek bed, the detector pinpointed a set of sterling silver spurs, adorned with subtle engravings of longhorn motifs. These hailed from the golden age of Texas ranching in the 1880s, worn by vaqueros who herded cattle across the open range before barbed wire changed everything. Spurs like these embody the cultural fusion of Mexican and American traditions, key to understanding the evolution of cowboy lore that's iconic worldwide. Their rarity and craftsmanship make them highly valuable, a tangible link to the rugged individuals who built the beef industry. Deeper into the ranch's overgrown pastures, I uncovered an antique oil derrick model, crafted from tin and wood, probably a prototype from the early 1900s spindle-top gusher days. This miniature represented the birth of Texas's oil boom, which transformed the state into an energy giant and fueled America's industrial rise. Historically, such models were used by wildcatters to pitch investments, capturing the risky excitement of black gold discoveries. Its educational punch lies in illustrating how one strike reshaped economies, and finding it intact felt like striking oil myself, potentially worth a small fortune to petroleum historians. As the sun dipped lower, painting the Texas sky in fiery oranges, I pushed on toward what looked like the collapsed foundation of the old ranch house. My detector screamed a strong, steady signal that made my heart race faster than any previous find. I dropped to my knees and started digging through layers of loose dirt and crumbled limestone. After several minutes, my trowel hit something solid and metallic. Carefully brushing away the soil, I revealed a beautifully preserved gold pocket watch fob attached to a short chain. But what really stopped me cold was the small, ornate key dangling from it. Not just any key, this was an antique safe deposit key from the First National Bank of Galveston, stamped with the date 1900 and engraved with the words, Vault Number 47, property of J.D. Rockefeller, Jr. My hands shook as I held it up to the fading light. John D. Rockefeller, Jr. had ties to early Texas oil investments through Standard Oil partnerships, and this key likely once opened a private vault containing documents, stock certificates, or even gold bars from the height of the Spindletop oil boom. Historians have long speculated about lost Rockefeller holdings scattered across Texas after the 1901 gusher turned Beaumont into an instant boomtown, reshaping global energy markets forever. Finding this wasn't just treasure, it was a direct link to one of the most powerful financial dynasties in American history, potentially worth hundreds of thousands, maybe more, to serious collectors and museums. The sheer improbability of it lying here, forgotten for over a century on this abandoned ranch, left me speechless. I sat back on my heels, staring at the key glinting in my palm, feeling the weight of all those decades of silence finally broken. This one find tied together the cattle trails, the Spanish silver, the land rushes, and the Black Gold Revolution that built modern Texas. It was the kind of discovery detectorists dream about but rarely live to see. Thanks so much for sticking with me through this wild adventure on that old Texas ranch. I still can't quite believe what the ground gave up after all these years. Drop a comment below and let me know which object surprised you the most or which one you liked best. I read every single one and love hearing your thoughts. If you enjoyed this story and want to join me for more real treasure hunts across forgotten places, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload, and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks again, folks. Until the next hunt, stay curious and keep swinging that coil.